Hello, this is Zedis. Welcome back to another Mario Maker 2 video. Clearing more Uncleared 2019 levels. I have 6 levels for you today. I will say nothing terrible today. Some bad ones, but not terrible. Couple of really difficult ones. This first level is probably the worst one of the 6. I could probably have cut this one because it does rely on a hidden block to beat it, but it wasn't that difficult to find. In fact, I don't even boo this one, which I probably should have. I probably could go back and do it, but I'm too lazy. Yeah, you do have to find a hidden block at one point. But otherwise, it wasn't that hard. And it was short. It probably only took me like 4 or 5 lives. Yeah, it's a fairly generic level. I am gonna check on that thwomp. I'm gonna go back and check on that because I'm like, let's see if I can go over. I mean, I have a spring. Why shouldn't I try to do a spring drop or something? But no, there's no. It's a wall. It's walled off. Yeah, I mean, I didn't check the program for this either, which you'll see it's pretty obvious in a minute. I didn't check it, but I was hoping something was over here. I don't trust this level entirely yet, and I shouldn't because it's untrustworthy. Yeah, there's a death door, I think. Actually, if you go through that door, it probably won't let you fall in the lava. And here's kind of a dead end. I probably could have done a spring drop. I can't remember how far it is away. And here's where I'll show you how untrustworthy this level is. I kind of wondered what that P-switch was even for. And here we're back in the second room, and I never thought of doing that before, but yeah, you need to bring the spring, and then there's a Yoshi. So yeah, that's boo-worthy. I mean, you kind of have to have Yoshi. You might be able to do a spring drop here, but that's, I mean, yeah, you could easily do a spring drop. I mean, easily if you can do it. I tried to throw in the lava and jump off of it, but it was too slow. So yeah, I mean, this kind of hidden block stuff I don't care about, because, you know, if you're here, you're gonna search the wall anyway. But that's all it is. We're at the end of the level. Pretty boring. 4 out of 10. Nah, probably 3 out of 10. It's kind of bad. That hidden block is pretty unforgivable. It's just easy, so I don't want to rate it too harshly, I guess. Yeah. That didn't have many tries. I think there were only a few tries on that one. So on to the second level. This one, it was kind of hard to edit because it's a red coin level, and there's like 3 areas where there are coins. So I'll show you where all the coins are and how to get them, and then I'll probably just skip to the end after that. This level, I honestly want to give it a like, but it also kind of relies on a hidden block, and you know, if I couldn't have found it, or if I took a long time to find it, or I had to use a program to find it, I probably would have booted it, but I did find it pretty easily. And it's unfortunate because the rest of the level is actually really good. Really good is maybe an exaggeration, but it was a nice challenge. It was maybe a little uneven in how hard some of these areas were. So yeah, there are three sections. To the left here, I stupidly just jump and die here. So we'll cut back there. This is the section I tended to go towards first because it was the easiest to get to. Didn't take much. And this room is a little harder than you might think. You really have to pay attention to where these spike tops are. Very easy to mess up. The one on the left, the red coin on the left, is very easy to get. You just have to make sure not to land on this guy. The one on the right is a lot harder though, because this spike top moves in a weird way, and I don't know, like when you have wall jumps, a lot of times when you're right against the wall, you accidentally wall jump, and then you kind of die. So you have to be really careful to avoid that guy on the right. And then you have to get back up in the middle, which I missed the pipe there and I mess up. Yeah, and if you're bouncing around, you're gonna get killed. Now I can take a spring from that room. I figure it will help me. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get through back here, but it's not too bad. So you do have to get a spring over here, because the second section, you need a spring to get to. So your second section is not too bad. I don't actually know if the spike tops will hit you. I assume they will, but I don't know. I never found out. This bunch of springs, kind of fun to play with these type of setups. Not very dangerous though. If a sideways spring hits you, you could go off the cliff, but I don't think I ever had that happen. Came close though. And then you can kind of land it back in the claw too. The hardest part about this section is getting back into the pipe specifically. Because you have to go on scope platforms and they move fast, so it's awkward to position yourself to hit the middle of the pipe, the up pipe, which are always difficult in this game. But yeah, you land here, and then yeah, very easy to miss that. Now I'll show you where the hidden block is. It's right where the skewer is. I think I accidentally hit it at first, which I'm lucky. I would have had to search that room eventually anyway. Because if you go to the right here, this third section, you have to damage boost. There's no other way. So yeah, that mars this level pretty badly. I probably would have given it a 7 or an 8. Probably a 7. But I have to bump it down to probably a 6. And I don't boo it, but, you know, I probably could have. Not offensive enough, I guess, but it's annoying. You should never hide necessary items. That's always a no-no. You should want a skilled player to be able to beat your level. You shouldn't want them to have to search around for stuff. That's just lousy game design. This room is very easy actually. Some of these jumps aren't easy, but there's nothing to kill you. I'm surprised they should have put some spike tops along the walls or something to make this room a little more interesting. Probably would have killed me and pissed me off though. There's a spring here. Well, I don't know how the way he wanted me to do this. The order he wanted me to do this in. I can't even remember the order I did it in eventually. I think I did this part last because I didn't want to get the mushroom and lose it in another area. This isn't the life I went on anyway, so yeah, we're just cutting back to when I get the key because I was like, you already seen all that stuff. So yeah, this was the last room I did. Yeah, I think I did the other 2 rooms first, and then I got the mushroom, and then I went to this side. I felt that was the safest way. Probably not the fastest way, but it's the safest. So yeah, not a bad level. I just wish he hadn't hid that mushroom. I mean, it would have been easy, like, it would have been easy enough just to not have those piranha plants or just have them in a way where they're a danger. But you could get through it. I don't know. Not a particularly fan of that choice. Okay, on to the third level. This was probably Thwomp's Funhouse was probably the most difficult level of the session, although there's another one up front coming up that's about as hard. This one took me about an hour. So it's not hardly the most difficult level I've ever played in this series, but it was very challenging. And I'll say this one I did boo. I might want to retract that, but there's one specific jump that's just like, it's really annoying. There are a lot of hard jumps in this one, but there's one that I think he really should have changed, or they should. I don't know if they're male or female, but yeah, this part's really hard. You have to time that really well and do a small bounce. So this section right here is the worst. The spikes are so in your way, and you have to do a precise jump off of this bumper, which bumpers are the most annoying, janky thing in the game. Besides that and the blowy joeys, and it's like, come on, man, why? Look how little room you have. You either hit the spikes or you hit the thwomp. And here, look at this. He puts a little spike right above that plant, which that's a really nice. And this part, very difficult. It looks like it isn't, but like these skewers have really weird hitboxes, so it's hard to get in there. You can't just go. You have to be really careful where you're jumping. So yeah, this level probably took me 200 lives. I died a lot. I think this is the life we're actually making. But yeah, you have to make sure you're careful. Make sure that thwomp doesn't hit you. You gotta get that checkpoint, because... So basically, we're gonna go back to the beginning with the off, or the on-off state. Off, I guess. I hit it once, so whatever you want to call that. The blue blocks are up. And then these skewers are free now, and I completely whiffed at them. You really have to time it. But it's not that hard. It's really the only extra challenge. You just have to wait a little bit. Then we have to do this jump again and go in the door instead. Now that So we're in the third section. Here's the second checkpoint. You have to be really careful because these red pipes dispense the Koopas very fast, and whoops, I killed one. Immediately it drops another one, so I had to do that again. Here's some more annoying bumpers. Yeah, early on in the game, I don't know if he probably just wanted to experiment with this stuff, but bumpers are more annoying than a fair challenge, I feel. They're just there to be a nuisance. I totally missed that checkpoint once, which was hilarious. I'm like, oh, I didn't even jump, so I had to do it again. But it's not really that hard once you get it. If you don't stomp on these guys, they don't die, so it doesn't dispense anymore. You wait, and it'll eventually get it enough. And right here, I was confused as to where the on-off switch was. I didn't see it. It's behind that bumper. You can kind of see it a little bit. So yeah, I don't want that to keep going, because that's not gonna work. And here's the last room. He wants you to Z-spin off of these flowers, or off the piranha plants. It seems very difficult, so in the future I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take a shell. We're gonna kill these piranha plants. I wanted a Z spin off of this, but you can't really get up there enough, and I don't think you could get high enough over those spikes anyway. So I lost. I will go back and get another one. Kill these guys again. And we're gonna do an awesome shell jump to get up there. Bam. Oh, he trolled me. That's almost an acceptable troll. It's a hard level, so I already booted for those spikes anyway. So yeah, if you get close enough to the spikes, the thwomp will fall anyway, so you can just jump over them. Yeah, I feel like Z jumping off of the piranha plants would have been harder than that. If you can't shell jump, you probably don't have the skills to beat that level anyway, right? Anyway, yeah. Overall, I'd probably give that one a 5 or a 6 because it was just some of those that bumper to the thwomp is just unconscionable. That is a horrible setup. Anyway, on to the 4th level. This one is actually a decent. It's actually just a basic traditional level, and that's not bad at all. I'd give it a 7. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is the very beginning. Here, I'm trying to. When I see there's a comment, I want to look. We'll see what that says after I beat it. Yeah, he kind of sets you up for instant death here, but you see it in the thumbnail, so it's not that offensive, and it's not that hard either. I did die like three or four times right up front, but it wasn't that bad. Yeah, this one is also very not that hard. I can't. This one had almost no tries. I think it only had like 10 tries, right? Yeah. Yeah, and it's unfortunate because it is not a bad level. Here I lose my mushroom from for a free guy, which I don't need, and then I kill my ride, so I had to reset. Yeah, I don't know how much I really have to say about this. It's just it's a perfectly decent traditional level, so might not be the most interesting level, but it was fun enough to play. It didn't screw with me too much, and it was enjoyable. Yeah, it's always nice to find stuff like this when you're doing these, because most levels you'll find that are unbeaten are terrible or way too hard. And this one I think when I beat it, it's probably end up in endless normal. Yeah, you don't have to kill this Boom Boom. He doesn't have a key, so in the future I'll just avoid him. I think I do die one more time. Yeah, I guess if you skip that coin block and didn't get the key, you'd have to go back. Not a big deal. Yeah, there's nothing unfair about this, which is nice. This section is a little difficult, and I'm not sure exactly how I was to beat it without a power-up, and eventually I just damage boost. Because, yeah, it's you might be able to time it and get past. I think you could probably get past that, but it is difficult. So in the future, I have a fire flower, so I'm not going to care much. I'm just going to run through these guys. This section would almost be easier without power up. And I keep my mushroom. Luckily, I did keep my mushroom. Maybe not. I don't think I probably would have needed it. Here I'm gonna try to do the free guy trick, but I failed. what was it, 3-1 in Super Mario Brothers 1 that you could do that. We always did that. Got the 99 lives or whatever. Eventually, you get so many lives. If you got over 99, I think you just died, right? It's been a while since I played Super Mario Brothers 1. So here's the final room. And eventually, I'm gonna take damage because it's actually easier to make these jumps with when you're small. You have less room to screw up. Yeah, again, that's all it is. Not that bad. A shame it got lost, but it's beaten, liked, and so it'll be an endless. Like I think it's normal, maybe expert, but we'll see. You never know with these. I think a couple people have to beat it before it takes into account the clear rate, but I think I left it at 1 out of 17, so I died like 7 times. 5.88, that's an expert right now. It should be anyway. Kind of depends on his upload time. Okay, here's the 5th level, Free Fall Hills. This was the other beast. This one I boo pretty quickly because it is incredibly unfair. But it was sad. It was fun to beat when I actually did beat it. It probably took me about an hour, maybe even a little longer than an hour. It took me 2 sessions because I had to quit to do something. Yeah, booed just for that. I mean, it's a don't leave the ground level, but it's actually a stay in the air level, which is the better kind, but it's a free fall level, so it's like you have to fall in exactly where you want me. I want you to fall, but you have no clue, so you have to go through it over and over again. And yeah, and I did fail and then just explore a lot to kind of figure out what I was supposed to do. Yeah, I mean, it's just a, yeah, right there, I'm like, it's just a blind drop. You can twirl, you know, ground pound cancel, stalling isn't going to help you much in this one just because there's a lot of moving to the right and the left, and it's hard to do that while doing the twists and twirls. So yeah, this is a real pain in the ass. So yeah, and I died many times just going through. This was a miraculous life. I got so far on this one, and then right here, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just randomly land on these turtles, the Koopas that are down here? And here I even leave them a comment. I'm like, I say seriously, what the fuck? And they're like, no, you can't say that. So I changed the fuck to hell. It's so annoying. But I actually had to look in the Wizardless level viewer to figure out what was going on, and there's a random cloud up in the corner that I never saw because it looks just like the cloud blocks, but it's a Lakitu cloud that you have to land in. You see it right there? It's up to the right. Yeah, this one just took a lot of trial and error to get the correct, you know, to know the path. So here's the 3rd room, I guess. And you have to land on these damn rocky wrenches while they're up. If you land on them when they're down, you lose the clear condition. So you have to be able to bounce off of them. And hit the up pipe. So yeah, that's not easy. Even when you know where everything is, this level is just incredibly hard. So yeah, you have to stall a little to let them come back up. And then here's the 4th room. And this one is the worst of all. I tend to wait for these first 2 Goombas to fall. So here's the other most janky item in the game, the Blowy Joeys. Now, how am I getting up here without touching the ground? It took me forever to get this down, and even when I did, I would fail. So I had to go through the rest of the level every time, and I perfected the first couple of rooms. And yeah, and you only have a limited time before that Lakitu cloud disappears. And if you don't get in it quick enough, it despawns as you're going up. And then when you're going up, they're parachute Goombas flying around, and you just basically have to know where they are, because you don't have a lot of time to sit and screw around and wait. That Lakitu cloud's going away. Yeah, it's a ascent. Yeah, oh, this is just poor design, really. Yeah, this whole setup is so stupid. This level definitely deserved a boo, but I'd still probably give it like a 6 or a 5 out of 10. Just because it was a great challenge. I'd say this one is a challenge. I don't know. The other one too, it was just one jump basically made it really hard. This one is just hard all the way through. This is the worst part though. A lot of times I would just sit, and after I failed, I would sit and try to figure out what the heck I could possibly do to get back in that cloud. You almost have to just get lucky. Like I said, the Blowy Joeys, they're the jankiest, one of the jankiest items in the game. Here's the final run, by the way. We'll do the whole thing again. Yeah, I got these patterns down, especially in the first couple of rooms, really well. It was all about that, getting into that cloud in that 4th room. Yeah, this is all about stalling right here. Yeah, I just want to play this part a little carefully. I don't know if you went fast, maybe it was easier. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to work. Get that cloud out. You have to kind of thread the needle between those blocks and jump up. And now we are a mad race towards the top. I have to pause a little just to let these guys go away from me. I made it here. And there is a final room. If you're not twirling, you will land right on that guy. I actually did fail once in this room. While I had the clear condition, I went to the left, and I think I might have landed on the ground and lost the clear condition right at the end, but yeah. Yeah, that level was painful. It just took a long time getting everything down where it was. Okay, level 6 is, I did this, I wasn't sure if I had enough time. I probably would have been okay with 5, but I'm glad I played a 6th level because, while this one had a lot of tries, 87 tries, it was not very hard. I don't know who was playing it. Early on in the game, I guess people were just really bad. I know I was. But yeah, this one's, not only is it not hard, it's pretty good. So, I was happy to have played it. Happy to have cleared it, and happy to have liked it. Yeah, I mean, it's like the other level I gave a hard to. This is just a normal, traditional level. It's nothing amazing, but it's a 7 out of 10. Very cromulent, I guess. Yeah, I didn't even die enough to find out where everyone else was dying. Could have done with a faster snake block here. Not the most interesting thing, but you know, Potaboos, there are a couple of them, but they're not in obnoxious positions. A lot of people do way too many of them. Yeah, a fast snake block would have made that a lot more challenging. Here we have a lava rising section. This is probably where I died the most, just because, although I shouldn't say the most, because I think I only died like twice. But yeah, if you mess up those blue platforms, you're kind of done. You don't have another way to get up, and you can't go down because the lava's rising. Here's a P-switch. The bombs come out of here. Gotta get the P-switch. Probably just could have had the P-switch come up, but I guess it's a little more challenging this way. I did get one of the coins, so kind of screwed myself a little, but it's not that hard to wall jump up there. There are a couple of boss fights at the end. Not too hard. I do some pretty fancy moving in this fight. I can't believe I survived this. I didn't have a power up at all. Bowser Jr. almost got me several times there. Take a Koopa shell. I don't think those ever wake up, right? I just drop it anyway because I have to climb the vine. Boom boom fight, not that hard because you can stay up top with these vines. But I swear to God, he almost hit me like several times. And he has a checkpoint there, which is nice because not necessary really because this is the end. I just jump over Bowser. I like to watch him fall in the lava anyway. Yeah, perfectly decent level. The boss fights weren't too obnoxious. Some people like to make those too hard. Not too hard, but too annoying. They weren't too bad though. I probably would have cut the boom boom fight, but yeah, I think the Bowser Jr. fight was okay. And I even tell him it was decent, which I'm sure he'll see. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks so much for sticking with it, and thanks for watching.